everyone, welcome back to more Flesh and Bad. And today we're going to be playing a little bit more CC Zen. I have some LL stuff that I want to try to play this week just to prepare for like skirmish season. But for now, we're going to play a little bit of CC. One of the heroes that I didn't really test very much for the calling was Jarl, since he wasn't going to be legal. So I wanted to give this deck list a shot and into Jarl and see if it's any good, and see if like we need to make any changes, that kind of thing. Yeah, but the deck is pretty solid. Like, again, 29 blues. I don't know if we're going to be struggling against like ice heroes necessarily, because it seems like you're going to have like a lot of extra resources, right? But yeah, I'm not too concerned about Jarl, but we'll go ahead and give it a little bit of playtesting and see if there's any groundbreaking Jarl developments, which again, I'm not entirely sure that there are. Yeah, but this is going to be the deck list for today. Again, if you wanted to learn more about like the deck list and kind of like the choices we made for the calling, feel free to watch yesterday's video where I kind of go into like a 30-minute deep dive talking about like individual cards and then like other cards that I would consider as well. Yeah, so with that, I think we'll go ahead and get into the games. All right, I won the die roll against Jarl. I think I'll just go second. Playing against Jobberman. Do we want reacts into Jarl? The 4-block reacts are probably not bad. The Tiger Eyes are also probably not bad. We probably don't want to like Wax-Ons, Warmongers. Kind of doing some manual sideboarding here. We could cut. We could either run the aggressive package or cut it. I think cutting Spinnings is fine. And then do we want to fat deck a little bit? Let's not fat deck for the first game. So maybe let's also cut like 100 wins and then what else? Maybe just like one of each. I don't have like a strong feeling about how to sideboard against Jarl. Okay, so we see Coordinate Peak, which is pretty interesting in Jarl. They're running Summit plus Stalagmite, and then the new Gauntlets and Civic Steps. Seems pretty normal. I don't know if this weapon is actually all that good. It being like a 6 attack is kind of whatever, in my opinion. But like, I guess it's decent like for Nothos, or like it's decent for like Fatigue, I guess, but the 6 attack is not very scary. All right, so they're going to start with a Macho. They will have to give me all their cards, though, if they want to do that. So they're going off an Arsenal. Seems kind of like a big risk just for 4 damage. So here I think we just want to sink below and try to fix our hand a little bit. Probably want to bottom, like, Breed Anger. Actually, Tiger Swipe's probably worse, right? Just because we don't have, like, a guaranteed way to make Tiger. Sure. All right, drew another Tiger Swipe as intended. Sure. All right, we draw the Homage, which is whatever. Yeah, it sounds a little bit awkward. I feel like the correct play is just Mauling Key for 5. Because we can't double pitch it. We could send 4 total, and that at least kind of clears our hand, but it's probably fine to just send an extra 1 and IP by 1. There's like maybe a consideration of doing that, but like, I don't know. Feels pretty weak. So I think one thing against Jarl that you have to do is kind of be very conservative with your equipment. All right, they're blocking with a Winter's Bite here, which is interesting. I don't think that first hand was particularly good, especially against a Macho. Alright, get a 3 damage in. We'll Arsenal Homage. Right, we do have Transcend starters, so that's good. Ooh, they're activating their Gauntlets with an Ice. What does that do? Dominate. Okay, so this does nothing, right? Yeah, so this does nothing. What does that mean we do? So none of our equipment has a 1/1 counter on it. We also don't want to like break Pouncing Paws or anything. I think we're just taking 8. I think we can pretty comfortably erase a Jarl. They are on Terra Center, which is a good card to note. So let's start with Biting Breeze plus Homage, and then we might use this 100 Whips for pitch, or we might use it for my Arsenal it, depending on what they do. Alright, they are going to give us the Frostbite this turn, which is fine. We can use this for pitch now. We could have also reacted without pitching the 100 wins, but I think we'll probably be able to use all our resources this turn. So let's go ahead. They can't really make another Frostbite this turn, right? So we can just get a 1 cost, I guess. Yeah, so Biting Breeze. Okay. So Yeah, we get a 1 cost, so I guess we can Kakara as well. I don't want to close the chain, so we give them another opportunity to stalagmite us, I guess. Alright, we'll activate Zen. We can get like another mauling is probably fine. And then the Tiger Swipe now has a relevant on hit. Alright, they give us civics. That's probably smart, honestly, but they are giving us a ton of armor here. And we still have the Tiger Swipe on hit. Alright, they're blocking a truce. That is a interesting card in Jarl. Alright, we'll send in the Tiger for the extra 1, threatening the extra 1 on the mauling. Alright, looks like they're blocking with CNC plus Coronet. That feels wrong, kind of. I mean, I don't know what their hand is made. I don't know. But that seems kind of mid to me. Okay, they're playing out the truce. Probably I'm just going to let them have it. Our hand's not, like, amazing or anything. What happens if we let them out of the truce? It's pretty bad, right? Like, I don't think there's actually a world where we want to actively give them truce. I think what we're just doing here is just mono transcending. Gain a resource, and then activate. If they want to give us stalagmite, we can still pitch the mauling key to chase aspect. So I think our chase aspect's pretty safe here. Kind of actually banking on them giving us a frostbite, because otherwise our hand's kind of like weakish. Like, we can still pitch the mauling to play Breed Anger, but like having the 1 cost in hand is a little bit awkward. I feel like they should give us stalagmite here regardless. I don't know. I guess it depends what they think we have. Alright, so they do give us stalagmite, so that's, I guess, good that we kept back the extra red. Civics is also fine. So now use the mauling key for pitch, send in the Tiger for 4, and then just pass back. Doesn't seem too bad. Again, we're developing out a lot of chi in the deck, or we've developed out 2 chi total, which is pretty good. And then like we're still not like at huge risk with our armor. Right, Frozen Death. This is a new card. If this is fused, destroy an equipment with 1 encounter, you may create a frostbite token. Okay, cool. It's majestic. Interesting. You can tell I've like barely read the Jarl cards. Okay, we got a Frostfang, presumably with a pummel. It's kind of scary. Do we want to force them to have it? We could also take it. If we take it, then we discard Pouncing Key or something. Maybe we are supposed to bait this out. We take 9, go to 20, and then we can double transcend off of the Frostfang. Seems kind of reasonable. And then we just discard like 100 Winds or something. I think we're going to pass and like bait it out of them. Okay, so they don't have it. Pass reacts. We will discard what? Discard. Or I guess we'll pay. Doesn't really matter, right? Pay with 100 Winds. I don't think it matters a ton. And then we'll Rising Sun, Path, and Resolutions. Alright, Tiger Swipe's fine. So we already have 2 blues, so we'll just keep the chi. Gain a resource. Yeah, it seems fine. All right, so this card is probably not Pummel. Interesting. Wait, is hypothermia is still legal, right? I think it's still legal, right? Yeah. Interesting. It's just LL that's restricted. So they don't have Stalagmite anymore. Their summit is heavy. Or their summit, the Unforgiving, is heavy now. Interesting. Alright, we'll go ahead and get a Tiger and then either get a 1 cost or we could get a 0 cost. It's probably fine to just get a 1 cost like Breed Anger and then just keep the Breed Anger in Arsenal. Feels bad to not really develop it, but it's kind of fine. Still have all our armor up. I don't know if that's exactly what you want to be doing against Jarl, but it seems like saving it for like the very last moment seems kind of correct. Alright, sending a bunch of annoying breakpoints. Alright, it seems like they maybe have a pretty good hand. Let's see. Alright, 5-card hand. Ooh, Oakenold. It's definitely not bad. Alright, refusing 2 Crumble to Eternities. So it gets +2, Dominate, hits 0, put 2 cards on the bottom. It's definitely scary. Do they also have the Pummel with it, I guess is the question. So we get hit by this, we put 2 cards on the bottom, then we can send 7. If it's pummeled, that's pretty bad. But I don't think there's really a way we're covering this necessarily. Like, we gotta have to give up basically all of our armor. Could also block, but blocking doesn't seem right either. So I think we're supposed to probably just take this. And if they pummel, we're kind of in a bad spot, but we can at least Kakara. Alright, they do have the pummel, so I'm glad I didn't block. Alright, so we got pushed to 13, so we're going down to 11. Alright, we have to put 2 cards on the bottom, so I guess we're just holding on to levels. They have used all their equipment, notably. So let's put... Wait, why did this auto-choose for me? Put 2 random cards. Ah, okay, so we bottom both of these. I see. I have not played with Oakenold legal, if you cannot tell. Alright, we'll put... I guess we'll discard 100 Winds. Sure. Could also just IP with the grain. Like, sending 2 is not incredible. But, I mean, it's fine to just get rid of it. Alright, blocking with a Winter Spite. Alright, definitely interesting. We'll pass back. So this might be the opportunity to start using some armor. Like Traverse. Because we are getting pretty low. Alright, they're getting Imposing. Interesting. I wonder if they're going to be able to get an aura and then just destroy the equipment. Maybe. I wonder if we should be using Traverse a little bit earlier. Although this notably can't destroy it. It has to be like a Mangle or something. They do have Go again off of this as well. But any attack, we can basically just give up Traverse. Alright, it looks like they're just passing though. That's fine. So I think here we are going to use our Pouncing Paws. Just so we can develop out the hand a little bit. So we'll start... Do we want to play Harmony? Harmony is getting at least 3 value. If not more, if it hits. What's our hit percentage? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 5, 8, 11, 12. So we're 12 out of 30 basically. So we have 18 cards left in deck, so below average. Maybe I just want to use this as Transcend starter. So let's start with Kakara, I guess. I think that makes the most sense, and then we're just going to send Breed Anger, Aspect, Pouncing. We could have also tried to Arsenal Aspect if we wanted to. I feel like there are a lot of different decisions with this hand we could have made. Alright, we are giving ourselves up to Frostbite though, which is a little bit scary. I don't know how scared I should be of like giving up equipment. Alright, they're blocking with another Crumble. That's fine. So the next attack this turn gets Dominate. Okay. Oh, it's not even Guardian attack. That's just any attack. That's kind of cool. Card seems really strong. It's pretty good. Oh, and it's a 0 cost, so they can just get it off of Imposing for 3. That's pretty good. Alright, we'll send in the Tiger for 1, Pouncing for 4. So we'll get them down to 10. As long as they don't have a way to break Traverse, like, without attacking into it. I think they do have, like, I forget what that card is called. Is it Frozen to Death? Yeah, it's Frozen to Death. Okay. So that's the card I think we need to be a little bit careful of. Alright, we do have Chase the Tail. How many aspects have we used? We've seen 2 aspects. Ooh, this might be another pummel. That'd be kind of scary. Okay, I think if this is another pummel we like actually lose on the spot. So we can block 5 here. Block 8 total. They can pummel it over to 4. Do we know anything about this card? I feel like we don't. I feel like we should maybe bank on it not being pummel, because otherwise I don't think we can win. So if we block 6 here with Harmony, what happens? Then if they pummel, they pump it to 8, then we just send Chase for 4, which is fine. But if they don't pummel, then we're just kind of golden here. Oh, hold on, we're frozen. All right. So what if we just give 6? Because I don't think giving the extra Shuko matters all that much. We could take 7 from pummel. I think this seems fine. Second pummel would definitely be pretty annoying. That's for sure. All right, they don't have it. That's good. I wonder how many pummel. I've seen like 2 pummel in most Jarl lists, I think, from my cursory research. So let's go ahead. Do we want to save drop for next turn? Probably. So I guess we're playing out Harmony. Seems fine. An extra +2, basically. All right, hits an Easter egg, not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and attack with Kakara. Then we'll just do our Chase Aspect, Arsenal drop. Just so we have Transcend available for next turn. And then Harmony's getting +2, so not terrible. All right, we'll go ahead and do some Chase Aspect stuff. I don't think I've ever seen anyone swing this card either. Like, I've watched a couple Jarl games, and I don't know if Summit has ever been, like, it's so expensive is the problem, right? Just coming in for 6 is, having to pay 6 for 6 damage is kind of inefficient, right? Alright, we'll send another 4 and 4, so at least demand, I think, 1 more block. They do still have Tunic available. We know this card in Arsenal is not pummel, or they would have probably snap done it on the Spinal, right? Alright, we see the Mangle, that's fine. This is a little bit closer than I would have thought. Alright, we're using the Tunic block. Sure. Alright, this still demands one more card. Okay. Maybe passed a little too fast. It's interesting these have temper too. I guess it's better than Battlehorn, right? Probably makes more sense. Interesting. Alright, so give us the Mangle. They go down to 1. We get a drop in Arsenal. Draw into a cheat naturally, which is pretty good. I don't know how impactful the reacts are against Jarl. I mean, they seem like okay if you can like line it up with like a Spinal or something. And it does seem they have like some kind of dominate stuff with like the crumbles. Crumble putting it on dominate on anything is actually kind of cool. Very interesting. All right, frozen to death. Destroying equipment with a... Okay, so that's their arsenal. So channel Mad Eisen. At start of each hero's turn, they lose life to number of frostbites. Oh, so this is symmetrical. Interesting. All right, and then channel. Yeah. All right, so we got a frostbite on our head. That's fine. It's a little bit awkward actually with our stuff here. All right, so we have an ice fuse card. So you're gonna give us 2 frostbites basically. That's okay, I think. Sure. Okay, so we get 3 frostbites actually. Okay, that's a little bit more problematic, but that's still fine. Maybe it's fine. So what are we doing here? So we could activate Zen and then do 0 into 5 with Tiger Swipe. What is the alternate play? We do Kakara, force a card out of hand, and then send Tiger Swipe. That also doesn't seem that bad. Or send Pouncing Key. Then they're on 2 cards, and then we can just reset next turn. So we'll pitch 5 here. And then send Pouncing Key. Alright, so it demands a card, demands another card. And then we still have drop for next turn. Triple Frostbite's definitely a little bit scary. I'm curious if I'm being either too patient with my armor or not patient enough. But again, I don't have a ton of reps on this hero, so it's hard to tell. Alright, blues in his hand, very good. If they're passing, I'm more than okay with that. So we'll go ahead and levels transcend. Activate. We'll get swipes probably fine. Okay. Alright, so they are on 3 pummels. That's interesting. Let's take a look at their deck list. So Hypothermia, Blizzard. So they have the CNC in Arsenal. Okay. They just didn't have the pummel at the time. Frostfang is kind of cute. Unforgetting, Unforgiving. This is the Search for a Mangle one. Okay. Alright, so they had 3 of those as well. Yeah, the Frozen to Death card seems pretty good. The border on it's also really weird. I guess because it's an Ice Guardian. Yeah, very interesting border. And Pulse of Isenloft, that makes sense. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting looking Jarl deck. Looks like they just have like machos in the deck, and then, okay. Yeah, this all makes sense to me. Nothing super surprising. Okay, well, very interesting deck. Again, I'm not still convinced that Jarl's like a S tier deck or anything, but it's definitely like kind of interesting. All right, with that, I think we'll go ahead and get into the next game. All right, we have Cat Mangler, the Jarl. All right, I feel that. Our cats are also very bad. Let's go ahead and do our Jarl sideboard. So we'll cut the wax on, wax off, Warmongers, and then we still need 2 cards to cut. We can make out like a Tiger Eye and like a Sink Blow and see how that runs. Or maybe we can cut like random Hunter Wind, seems fine. Maybe the Hunter Wind seemed bad. Maybe we'll run it like that. Let's try it. Alright, we do have turn 0 Transcend. Oh, it looks like this is more of like an Earth Jarl, if I had to guess. We have like the Tectonic Crust plus the Plume. So I assume this is going to be more like Crown of, or Felling of the Crown type of Jarl. It's very interesting. Alright, pitching through the gauntlets. Oh, okay, just refiltering, that makes sense. So we can either do 100 Winds, Sacred Art, or we can do levels, but we can't really like transcend super easily. What's the best path here? I feel like maybe pitching the aspect just so we can like maybe we still just do levels, pitching aspect. Seems kind of fine. Like we don't need the extra tiger for chase the tail. And then we'll do draw go. We'll draw another resource in case they want to slagmite this. Like I don't think they have a lot of instant speed ways for us to like get frostbites, especially if they're on like more earth package and we don't have like our equipment gone yet. This will force another card out of their hand if they do want to use stalagmite though. Alright. Frozen Death is fine. Alright, so we'll get 5 on this tiger, which is pretty good. Alright, pitching a CLV, or blocking with a CLV, I think is also quite good. Alright, get him down to 35, get a Tiger Eye Reflex in Arsenal. Seems pretty alright. Alright, they're going to play Crumble Eternity at the beginning of your extra phase. Destroy this. Your next. Okay. With centers, put a 1/1 counter. Okay, sure. So putting on Traverse. His hand is a little bit awkward. Mainly because we didn't get the opportunity to block with our Tiger Eye. I feel like the play might just be Kakara into 7, then we IP ourselves with the Chi. It seems reasonable. I don't really want to pop Pouncing Paws into Jarl just because it's pretty early in the game and I don't want to just like start the Frostbite train. Alright, we'll go ahead and just buff power. See what they do. Alright, looks like they're taking it. Oh, or not. So blocking with the plow under, does that bring them to Earth Decompose? Yes, it does. Okay, that's fine. So they will get dominated on the Felling of the Crown if they play it this turn, which is kind of interesting. Alright, blocking with the gauntlets. And then here comes the Mangle for 10. So obviously we're not going to be able to block it, so we might as well just get our Chi now. Seems reasonable. Could block with Tiger Eye too, just to get the extra Tiger for like chase. I mean, it seems okay. And I guess what are we doing with the rest of our hand? I'm not entirely sure. This seems okay though. And they pitched an ice card, so this gets the... Alright, so this is actually getting plus... So if an earth card, so an earth card was not... Oh, it is an earth card. So it's getting both. Okay, that makes sense. So we'll block here, get a Chi, Tiger, and then we'll eat our helmet. Alright, we'll go ahead and start with Biting Brace, I guess. Because I feel like we're going to play out at least one of these cards. And then we can save the other one for like pitch and stuff. Alright, so this is a pretty bad stalagmite given kind of like the texture of our hand. So we're just going to pop it here, paying with Underwinds, I guess. I think our plan is still to get Chase Aspect, or Chase, rather. Alright, we see an Earth form as well, kind of spicy. Then we'll just do our Chase line. They do still have a lot of armor up. So it's definitely our game to lose for sure. Alright, get him down to 23, we get Chi in Arsenal. Things are looking pretty alright. And we do have X. Okay. Another 3. Alright, we do have access to Chase Aspect next turn, assuming our hand is the same, which it is. Alright, here comes Felling. So they're also playing Snow Under. It's Fuse, if it hits, get a Frostbite. Okay, interesting. And then Felling, yep. This is notably their first Decompose, though. So like, it's only coming in for 4. So if we double transcend during our turn, we don't have to play the 100 so maybe we just bottom this, right? And then I assume we just take the damage from felling. It seems fine. Then we'll double transcend so we can make a bunch of resources. We'll put a chase on the bottom, because why not? We're getting a chase this turn anyways. Gain a bunch of resources to pay for the extra frostbites, and then we'll start with Kakara, I think. We still have 1 extra for frostbites if they block with stalagmite. So I think we're still chilling. But obviously, pretty good hand. Alright, blocking with Snow Under. I don't know if they can decompose fast enough, I guess is... Like, I guess they block with 2 Plow-Unders, so maybe they still have, like, the reacts in the deck somewhere. But I don't know if Jarl's able to do that as fast as, like, Florian is, for instance. But pretty solid hand. Alright, they do give us equipment, finally. We got a Lychee developed out in the deck. Ooh, this hand is interesting. I think we're still just doing levels transcend, and then we have to pitch one of these. Could be safe and just keep the sink below and pitch the mauling. I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, but transcending every turn is, I guess, one of the ways to beat Jarl. So Blizzard, okay. Loses and can't gain go again. Alright, so we're not going to be able to pay for this, which is fine. I guess we can just send it in for 2. So pay 0. So that's a pretty good Blizzard, actually. Alright, well, Rising Sun, putting Harmony on the bottom. Gain a resource, and then I think we're just fine with this. So what if it comes in for 3, we IP ourselves with the Chi, and then Arsenal sink below? That seems okay. Okay, so they did not get to search for a Mangle here, so it's just a 4 block. Okay, that seems fine. Alright, we'll go ahead and Arsenal sink. Alright, here comes Earth Form for 7. I think we're just going to go ahead and block this with sink. Alright, go ahead and cover it for 7. I don't think we want to fish for anything either. I think we're just going to do Kakara into Transcend or Chi and then Arsenal to stir the pot. I will, I guess, just get a 0 cost here just to play around Stalagmite. Feel like a swipe, I think is fine. Alright, another 4 block is fine. Still get the stir the pot and Arsenal, which is really good. I do like the art on these Jarl cards. I think they did a really good job. Ooh, another pretty nasty hand next turn. So target hero discards a card unless they pay 1. Sure. Guess we will go ahead and just pay into it. I guess it's functionally the same as discarding it, right? Okay, so we have an E-Strike for 7. I think we say no blocks. We just want to race, right? Alright, go to 24. We have levels plus stir. Gain our resource, and then activate Zen. Then we have another chase aspect. I don't think they have another way to give us frostbite, right? I guess they have blizzard and stuff, right? That'd be a little bit sad, but I don't know if we play around it. It's fine. We're also drawing a card off levels, so they could punish us, but we can also like pay into the punish, I guess. Alright, they block with Mangle. Sure. And then I guess we'll start with the chase aspect stuff, because they might have Blizzard or something. And then we can still pitch to Kakara at the very end before the last Tiger. Alright, so they are running the root bounds. That does make sense with the kind of earth package. Alright, so they are able to get up to 4. I guess there's no real incentive to get to 8, right? It's basically 4 is kind of like the upper limit of what you really need to achieve to like turn on your stuff. Alright, we'll go ahead and pitch the blue into Kakara, because blue Pouncing Key in Arsenal is nothing to write home about. Alright, and then we'll finish on Tiger for 5. Take him down to 6. Alright, they do have a 2-card hand, so this could be fouling again. Yep. Pretty good. So put a card from my hand on the bottom. I guess we'll just put 100 Winds at the bottom. You could also just block this. Block 7 as opposed to like taking, or block 6 as opposed to taking a ton. Yeah, maybe just sitting on Flick Flock's fine. Kind of fine to like give up tempo on this hand, especially if we're only sending 6 damage. Plus it like gets a little bit awkward with like Stalagmite if we want to do Kakara into Breed. Alright, let's see if this React is going to do anything against him. I'm kind of doubtful a little bit. Alright, so we have a CLV, or CLF rather. So used to saying CLV. And then in C and C as well. So React not great, obviously. This will just go ahead and block 6, though seems fine. Then we'll just send in Kakara. 2. Curious if this React is going to be helpful at all. Doesn't initially seem like it's going to be. We've dodged every single one of these unforgivings, though. Alright, here comes Plow Under, so I assume that our Arsenal is going away, which is fine. Alright, they are pitching another ice card. The question, I guess, is do they have the second ice card to pitch? I kind of doubt they do. Do we want to end up using Pouncing Paws on this next turn? That's also kind of an interesting question. So if CLF is not staying around, then should be fine. We're at risk of like 1 Frostbite. So maybe this is the opportunity to kind of use Pouncing Paws to push. Especially if we're able to get like Chase. I think that's fine. I don't know what the punish is here, if there is one. Alright, so go down to 17. Harmony, and then Pouncing Paws, Path will Travel. I guess they do have Blizzard, and maybe that's the punish. Sure, gain a resource. And then I guess we'll send the Pouncing Key now for 5. Then they might be tempted to Stalagmite this. If they do, I think that's fine. Then we just get another 0 cost. Get another Pouncing Key is actually better. Just to leave an extra Tiger Swipe in the deck. So we'll send another 1 into 5, and then we Arsenal our Sync, which puts us in a pretty good spot, assuming they don't have more Plow Unders or anything like that. Well, they're out of Plow Unders. They're also, they have 1 more Felling technically. All right, then we'll Arsenal Pass. All right, drawing into Chi naturally is quite good, and then I guess our Reactor here is paying off, right? So we can do 0, 5, 7. It's pretty good. You can also not block with Breed Anger, and just block with like armor. Interesting. I think blocking with Breed, maybe blocking with E-Strike, and then this is better because it presents a little bit more like annoying breakpoints, I guess. Well, they do still have the Civic Sips though, so we can maybe punish. I'm gonna block like this, I guess. I don't think it matters a ton. We'll go ahead and pass. So they don't have Stalagmite anymore, so we don't have to worry about Frostbites on our turn, I don't think, except like Blizzard. Alright, we do get the punish with the E-Strike though. So let's go ahead and get Mauling seems fine, and then we'll do E-Strike, go again. Or, whoops. E-Strike, draw a card. With go again. They still have 3 points of armor on their gauntlets and their chest. Alright, we see the last felling of the crown block, which is pretty good. I guess we'll just finish on Mauling, Arsenal biting. Seems fine. Alright, we're naturally drawing in Chi, which is really good. So we'll go ahead and Kikara, and then we still have 1 chase left in the deck, right? No. We used 4 Chase the Tails this game. That's kind of crazy. Because I think we preserved 1 very early on, right? Let's go ahead and activate ZEN. We'll get... What do we have in Arsenal? Biting. Just get, like, Swipe, I guess. And then send 1/5/3. 1/5/3 to 1. Should probably kill. That is an interesting interaction with like Tectonic Crust and Plume. They can make a seismic like that. I think that it also works with like the boots, the prevention boots that Earth has. I forget the name of that card. Well, Grounded. That's the card name. So coming in for 5. Assume they have React here. Yep. Seems like we're just gonna have too much pressure here though. Alright, we do see the Okinold, which is, again, very, very strong, as we saw that last game. We'll send the Tiger for 0, 2, 1. That should strip most of their hand. We also, like, don't need to play this Tiger for 1, because that would basically just make them give Civics. I think it's fine. Sure. Alright, they have a 2-card hand that doesn't involve felling. Alright, Winter's Bite is interesting. So we can't Cosmic this turn, unfortunately. But I think we're fine here. Do we want to Arsenal the Cosmic? That's kind of funny. Nah. We're just going to pitch here. We'll do like 2-1, 4-1 if we have a breed left. I guess we can just get Mauling. And maybe we should have like held on to the Cosmic. But I don't think it's going to matter a ton in this game. Kind of just autopiloting. Alright, seems like they're off of it. Okay, so they had Okinold and Arsenal, Spinal, CNC. Let's take a look at their deck. Pretty similar cards. Looks like more of like an Earth Slant. I guess just to run like the Fellings and the Plowenders, which kind of makes sense. Yeah, definitely interesting. I don't know, Jarl deck building is still kind of like a mystery to me, just because like there are a lot of different directions you can go, and I'm not entirely sure which one's better. I haven't like done a ton of research on it. Yeah, but Jarl does, like, despite like the incredible like class talent thing, like the Frostbites don't matter a whole ton, and I've still never seen anyone swing with Summit the Unforgiving. Like, did they actually like code this card on Talishar? Because I have actually never seen anyone activate this. I don't know. Titan's Fist just seems like kind of strictly better, I guess. I don't know. Tegan assures me that this card is good though. So anyways, I think that's going to probably wrap it up for today. Again, that was kind of like Jarl testing, because I've literally not played it. Those were my first 2 games of Jarl. So I guess we did pretty well, considering. And if y'all have any like tips for Jarl, let me know, because again, I've like 0 reps on the matchup, so maybe I'm just getting lucky or whatever. But I don't think it's that concerning, at least on initial like inspection. I don't even know if you want like reacts into this matchup, because it seems like they kind of like clunk up more than anything. Yeah, but let me know what you all think about Jarl and ZEN. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.